Okay, I think we are live. Let me just double check it. Yes, we are live. Welcome everybody to the Node.js release working group meeting, last one of May. As usual, before we start, does anybody have any announcement? I don't think so. I think, I don't know, usually we meet once per each other month. So I think it's worth to mention we have security release out. So if you are running an outdated version of Node.js, please upgrade. I did a small update to the CVE yesterday to mention one that is Windows specific. So that's it. Please include your name to the minutes I sent in the chat. Um, we have our agenda with all the release plan. So let's start with Node.js 24, issue 1089. We don't have a volunteer for the next 24 release. I can do that, I guess. Yes, I think I can do that. Yeah, I include my name. If someone else wants to do the next one or the last one of June, please include our name. But I believe we might have a meeting before this release. Marco?
Since now the current release are fully automated, can't we just like put it on a timer and automatically do it every 2 weeks so that like the proposal is created by the bot and somebody just has to like release it, and that should make it like you don't need a lot of planning anymore on it, so whoever is
Um,
free one day can do it.
yeah, I think that's how it works now. I mean, the difference is that we need to press a button, but I feel that if a bot creates a proposal and no one promotes it on time, it will be out of date. Uh, that's why we didn't automate this thing. But yeah, for me, it's fine.
Cool. Okay, I guess I can open an issue to see if
Okay.
somebody agrees or think it's a good idea.
Uh, we just need to open the proposal to make sure to not open the proposal on weekends and make sure to update it at least 2 days before the release date so we can start CI and things like that.
Cool.
Okay. The next issue is the Node.js 23, which is now end of life, or actually maintenance. So we don't expect new releases on that. So I will remove it from the agenda. And when it goes end of life, let me check
Beginning of June,
next
so next week.
next
Well,
week. Yeah.
over the weekend. Yeah,
Okay.
Sunday.
I think we don't plan any release on that even
No.
before the end of life, so that's fine. I just
And
removed
it's
the
only
agenda.
really for security things, and we did do a security release for 23,
Yeah.
so that's the only reason.
Um, Let me update the minutes. Now we have the issue 1036, Node.js releases help. I think I did all the work. I moved people to the emeritus, and the ones that wanted to stay, they either issued a release, participated on a major release, and things like that. So I think it's safe to remove from the agenda and close the issue. Closing as completed. Cool. Now we have Node.js 22 active LTS, and for this version, actually for Node.js 24, we have one particular issue we need to discuss, which is ng HTTP update that Matteo mentioned yesterday on TSC meeting. Uh, it's a several major change, but he believes that would be great to land it on 24 to fix some bugs. Let me get the pull request.
Yeah, we also briefly talked on the TSC meeting about whether we also need to backport that to the older release lines like 22 and 20. Maybe not immediately, but eventually, because otherwise it probably means that we'd never be able to update NG again on those
Yeah.
release lines, which I'm a little bit that scares me a little, put it that way, just in terms of maintenance and should there be
Uh-huh.
security fixes in that, then not being on a that the current versions is going to complicate the release process. Um,
Yeah.
so
I think the correct choice would be landed on 24 and make it like a baking for LTS.
yes, yeah, I think that sounds good. And I think there were some documentation updates that said like this thing will, is being deprecated. So we should probably land those as soon as possible. With the normal release rules. But the actual NG-HTTP2 update, I think I agree with you. We should land that on 24 and then mark it baking for LTS, and then try and make a decision when we feel comfortable doing that.
So let me just include in the minutes. Is that fair that the people in the meeting agreed with landing it on 24 and then making LTS for 22? Uh, all the present releasers agreed with landing as a reminder to Node.js 24 and then add baking for LTS to Node.js 22. Do you expect to land it on Node.js 20?
Um,
I think so.
yeah, I think so because Note 20 is end of life in 2026, so that's over a year.
Oh yeah,
Um, so uh, I don't think I'm in a rush to do it, but I suspect we probably would want to do it eventually.
yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
but I think Bacon for OTS is the right label to put on it, and then
Okay,
we make decisions, as we see if there's any fallout from what happens in 24. Um,
right.
I mean,
Just
it's
add
one of
that.
those arguable things because if the spec is changing, then sort of spec compliance is kind of it's technically a Semver major change, but then it's also, in order to remain compliant with the spec, you're going to need to make the change. And the question then is, you know, it is technically Semver major, but is it the right thing to do? Because the right thing to do normally is to comply with the specs. Um,
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just a bit worried because currently the Node.js 2020 it's quite out of date, and we need to cherry pick not just these pull requests but all the previous ng HTTP updates. Uh, but
I mean,
likely it won't conflict because it's just in the dependency change.
yeah,
So
I guess the alternative is we could hold off for it unless unless there does turn
there's
out
the
to be
secret release. Yeah,
security update for it, and then only update it then. So I mean, that's an option.
yeah, that makes sense. Um, okay, moving on. We have the Node.js 22 issue 1001. Um, Looks like we are quite out of date with Node.js 22 releases, unless I think Marco, you did a recent release, right? That there is the security one that was not you
On which
updated.
line? Sorry, 22 or 20?
22.
Yeah, I did one, but not very recently. But it's not on the.
Let me check the recent
Yeah.
releases because I think that list is not updated.
Yeah, it's not updated.
The latest might
Wait.
have been you or Antoine.
I think it was it was Antoine. I did the security
Right.
release. Yes, Antoine did 122 of this month, so we are not out of date. So
Right.
14, it was May. Security, and then 21, it was Antoine. Then we still need we can move the next release to 21 maybe to complete 1 month and apply the same for the next next month. Just changed. Anyway, we still need some a volunteer for next month for Node.js 22. I'll leave it open, but I think we might have a meeting before the release date, which works as a reminder. Okay, we need a volunteer for Node.js 22 release, June 21. Okay. Now we have the Node.js 20 maintenance. I don't think we are planning to do any release except Marco.
I will do one next week probably. I will check the staging branch if there is stuff to release. I will do that. If not, I will write something here and
Okay.
maybe delay it.
Do we expect to land only patch release on Node.js 20, or it's fine to issue a server minor one?
I think usually just patch, but
Yeah.
it remains to be. Yeah, it depends what is there, but usually the idea in maintenance would be it would be patch.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense considering we want it to be stable.
Yeah, unless there is something like require ESM that makes it worth, I don't think we are doing another minor bump.
I think the expectation is that it's patch. If someone wants to put something in 20 that's minor, it needs the release working group to agree to it. So
Yep.
so the default position is
Makes
it's
sense.
patch. It doesn't mean that we can't land minors, but it needs to be a very conscious. Yeah, everyone agrees that that this is exceptional, and the expectation is it would have to be exceptional with good justification.
Okay, makes sense. We just can I include your name to the your name is already there, Marco.
Yep.
Yeah. Fine. So I think that's it from the agenda. Do you have anything else to discuss? I'm including your name, Rui, to the agenda, okay?
Sure.
Let me get the recording. And the minutes are correct. Okay, if we don't have anything else to discuss, thank you everybody for joining. Hope to see you next month.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Bye-bye.